What up, class? Our weekly Zoom meeting today. I'd like to go over a couple things. One, I want to review the assignment that you're working on this week in the delivery module. That would be the audio video monologue assignment. Also, just a couple comments on the discussion pages that you guys have been working on the last couple weeks, doing a really good job overall. A couple comments on that. I want to spend a little bit of time today just mentioning some of the key components that you're learning right now in this week's module on delivery, and then a little preview of coming attractions, what's right around the corner. So right now you're working on that audio video monologue. I've had a couple questions from some of you as far as like, do we submit it as one file, two files? How do we actually submit it? So essentially it would be two files that you would be submitting. If you want to put them both together, you could do that through editing. That's fine, but I think that's more work than you have to do. You can turn both of those in individually. And a real easy way to complete the assignment is to just do it on the rich content editor. So when you hit the reply button, then the rich content editor comes up. Just go to that bottom toolbar right in the middle. There's that little arrow with the little rectangle around it. You click on that. That's for recording and uploading media. And so you just go to that window, and the cool thing there is you can turn your webcam on and off. So record your video with the video, right? And then record it again and take the video cam off. It'll just record the audio and it uploads it right to Canvas. So you don't have to worry about going to YouTube or doing anything like that. So real easy way to do that. In fact, let me go ahead and show you real quick. I'm going to pull up my screen. So here you see the rich content editor right here. So here's the assignment. Hey, make sure you do these exercises. Get that to where you can do it fast. It's a good way to really improve your overall enunciation. All right, so now we get to the box here. And I'm just going to click this right here, record, upload media. And the record media box will come on. Even though I have my cam on right now, you won't see it in the media box there because that's being directed to Zoom. But typically, when you go to this window, you'll see yourself right here on the screen. And then record your video. Do it again, just right here. Take the webcam off, the video, record again. It'll just have the audio. You'll be set to go, and it automatically loads it to Canvas. So that's probably the easiest way to do this particular assignment. And again, if you have any questions, just send me an email, and I'll get back to you. Second thing I want to talk about today are the discussions. That's what you guys have been working on. Hey, I am working as fast as I can, too, on the grading. That's the thing with this online stuff, my public speaking classes. I've got 3 of them. And so I've got 82 students, I believe. Then I've got a couple sports broadcasting classes and a group communication class. So I'm pretty much head down, grading. And I'm just not the kind of instructor where I'm just going to glance over something and give you a grade. I just really feel that it's my job, if you're going to put the work and effort into bearing your soul into some of those discussions, I want to make sure that I read through it and give you feedback so you get something out of the assignment. So I really take my time on the assignments. As a result, a little slow going, but I'm starting to catch up. I'm just getting ready to start on the audience analysis. I should be able to get to that this week. And then I'll be close to getting caught up. But I'm not lagging on the grading, man. I'm grading every single day. I just have a lot of it. And I'm not the fastest typer in the world, but that doesn't help. But on the discussions, you guys are doing a really good job. Just make sure that you always remember to include the 5 terms from the module. I mean, that's kind of what I'm after in the discussion page. I want you to answer the questions, but I also want you to demonstrate that you understand the content from the module. So it's important that you integrate those terms into your discussion. Just make sure that you do that. I really felt bad. I had to give a couple of you incompletes in your discussion pages, your answers to the questions were really, really good, but I just had no link to the terms there. So I had to give you an incomplete, even though I really enjoyed reading your paper. So just make sure, and that's a key with taking classes online, you've got to make sure that you follow directions clearly. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just hit me up. Happy to answer your questions for you. But doing a great job on the discussion page. And it's cool just to see the way we're really kind of building as a community. That's going to make it even easier once we get to the actual assigned presentations that are just around the corner. This week, you're working on the module on delivery, which is really cool. And so really what I want to start seeing now, I want to see you incorporating that which you're learning about delivery into your overall presentation. So let's make sure we're really working on having the eye contact dialed in. Let's work on eliminating those ums, right? Those vocal emphases. And typically those happen in between phrases. If you just watch one of your videos and watch when you say or you know, or one of the other vocal emphases, it always happens right before a phrase. So usually you'll finish a phrase as you're loading up or figuring out what you're going to say in the next phrase. For some reason, we think there always needs to be noise coming out of our pie holes. So we get sentence, I'm reloading, thinking of the next line. Okay, cool, I got it. Then we go on to the line. When we get back in the classrooms, notice whenever a student raises his or her hand to answer a question, when they're called on, usually they'll begin with the vocal emphasis. Called on, okay, so I wanted to know. We take just a second to formulate our thoughts. So the key to getting rid of those ums, try to replace them with a pause. So instead of sentence, think of the next sentence, deliver it, sentence, pause. Don't say anything. Pauses are great in public speaking because it allows the audience a chance to digest what you just said. We looked at that communication model. We talked about the sender and the receiver and encoding and decoding. So the audience members, they have to take in your words and then translate that to give it some kind of meaning. So pauses are always good. They allow the audience to digest the information a little bit more completely before you go to the next. So just work on really trying to replace the ums, the uhs, vocal emphasis with a pause. Another thing that can help you do that is just to slow your rate down. If you get used to speaking at a controlled rate, the audience is used to those pauses, so it makes it even harder to tell that you're just pausing instead of using a vocal emphasis. All right, so with delivery, I want to see what you are learning and apply that to the overall presentations. So think about things like movement. Some of you really good voices, so vocally your presentations are great, but then you're sitting down, I'm getting the swivel, I'm getting the moving target the whole time. So you've got to make sure you control your body movement. We just don't want to create distractions. That's why you want to be centered in the frame, eyes on the audience. You want to use lots of vocal variety that shifts in your rate and volume. You want to be personable. You want to be conversational. Some of you got the comment from me that when you're giving your presentation, you really sound and look like you're talking to someone, even though you're just talking into a screen. So that's what we want to do. We want to create that illusion of I'm speaking directly to a person, even though I'm just speaking into a screen. So really work on what you learned in this module on delivery in terms of applying that and putting that into your presentation. That's the cool thing about teaching public speaking that I really enjoy. There's immediate application. It's not like I'm taking a psychology class and I got to wait till I get my practice so I can apply what I learned. I'll probably forget it by then. But with public speaking, we can take what we learned and immediately apply it. And you can take those same skills and apply them to your delivery style in a conversation, right? If we're not going to use ums in a speech, let's not use them in a conversation. Vocal variety in a conversation will help you to engage your audience, that person that you're talking to, and keep them into the conversation. So all of these skills, immediate application. And then the last thing, right around the corner, so we're going to finish the module on delivery this week. Next week, we're going to start transitioning into focusing more on what I call speech preparation, how to put a speech together, topic selection, things like that. One of the best things that I think you'll learn in this class is how to easily and effectively organize and structure a speech. We'll start learning that next week. And the cool thing about really coming to an understanding of how to organize and structure your presentations and speeches, you can use that same structural format for writing papers. So essentially what we're going to learn in the next couple of weeks, not only some organizational formats and learning how to structure different kinds of speeches, but you can use those same foundations as structural formats for your papers that you write in the future. Lots of practical application and benefits from taking a class that focuses on communication. Keep working hard, you guys. Again, if you have any questions, anything comes up, hit me up with an email. We'll see you next week. Keep working hard.